Greetings everyone. I am Uday Sharma from the EEE Department of Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today I am going to discuss about steam powered rolling mills at Bethlehem Steel. The use of steam engines to drive rolling mills began in 1800s and continued in some cases into the 1900s. The longevity of installations of steam engine drives was due to the cost of replacing engines with electrical motors. The longevity means the large usage of steam engines is due to the cost of the electrical engines. Also, many rolling mill operators were familiar with handling steam engine control features that were considered advantageous to the steel rolling process. The steam engines were used to roll steels into different forms, and many manufacturers of this are familiar with steam engines. Even the large steam engines could usually be reversed very rapidly. Let us take a situation. In a situation like when a broom or billet entered the rolls incorrectly. Suppose if the suppose if the steel has to be entered like this and it entered somewhat at an angle. The steam engine is used to reverse this and can be made again to the regular way. Whereas in an electrical way, it cannot be replaced. If the roll drive could be reversed quickly, when this occurred, the damage to rolls could be minimized. First of all, the mills was in 32 inches in size. The two high reversing slab mill that used both horizontal and vertical rolls to shape the slab. The horizontal rolls were driven by 600 horsepower steam engine geared to roll stand. The vertical rolls were driven directly by a 2240 horsepower engine. The horizontal rolls, which used to rotate like this to flatten the steel, and the vertical rolls, which moves up and down and flattens the steel into shapes. Rollers for the feed tables on both sides of the main roll stand were driven by double engines. Each of the engines consisted of two identical cylinders operating in parallel, doubling the available horsepower. As two engines are provided and are connected in parallel, the output horsepower is doubled. The screw down mechanism on the main roll stand used to adjust the spacing of the rolls was divided by electric motors. At the time, this would have been 250 volts DC motors. As we can see in this diagram, it is a one stand of the 48-inch gray mill, the Socon works, with the original steam engine in the background. Let us discuss the history of the Bethlehem Steel Company and how it origin was the founder and how the different kinds of steam engines were developed in there. Let us discuss about the founder. The founder of the Bethlehem Steel Corporation was Charles M. Schwab, and one of the Andrew Carney's principal lieutenants. Schwab played a major role in the formation of United Nations Steel Corporation in 1901. He was also the first president of US Steel, but resigned because he was not given the freer hand in running the corporation. In 1904, Schwab organized Bethlehem Steel Corporation. That is, in 1904, the origin of Bethlehem Steel Corporation was found and took over its direction as president and chairman of the board. Today, Bethlehem Steel is nation's second largest, that is USA's second largest steel production company and engaged primarily in the manufacture and sale of widely variety of steel mill products. The origin of Bethlehem. October 20, 1995, marked with the end of 87-year-old 48-inch gray mill making steel beams with power of Bethlehem Steel Corporation. That is, the company was founded in 1904 and in 1995, October 20, the company has stopped producing the steam engines. The Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, the mill was the heart of Charles Schwab dream to enlarge his Bethlehem Steel Corporation into one of the country's great steel producers. It was a foundation upon which the giant Bethlehem Steel Corporation would rise. The mill itself, designed by the mill was designed by Henry Gray, the construction supervisor of Eugene Grace. Mr. Schwab's success in financing this gigantic venture in the midst of many difficulties was remarkable. The economic triumph understood itself. As you know, the period of 1900s is we are facing the economic crisis, and Schwab provided the financial providing for the financial of this venture can be considered as a triumph. The 46-inch Blooming Mills 1400 horsepower twin tandem compound steam engine. It was built in 1916 by W.M. Todd Company. It is placed in Junction, Ohio. The size of the steam engine was 40-inch to 66-inch to 54-inch. The steam pressure to run it is 15 lbs to psi, and the machine needs 75,000 pounds per hour. The shipping weight, that is the weight to ship the product, is 95,000 pounds. 950,000 pounds. As originally conceived, the new mill would be required to manufacture the beams varying in depth from 30 inches down 8 inches, with a weight range of 120 pounds to 17 pounds per foot. That is, the mill should produce the long beams to short beams, which weigh higher or which weigh almost low. The mill should produce the both required components, 16 different sizes in all. Those experienced in rolling mill operations can only guess only at the problem which must have been encountered. But the men persisted. The men at Bethlehem Corporation persisted this and were able to roll and sell 62,000 tons of the new beams in the first year of the production. The 48-inch gray mill was run by 20,000 horsepower twin tandem compound engine, reversing one end at 28-inch crankshaft steam engine. The valve gear was piston valves, single control lever, Worcester, and she ran at a safe speed of 125 rpm. The crankshaft used to run at 125 rpm. It was built in 1916 by William Todd Company again, which is located at Youngstown, Ohio. The size of the steam engine was 46 inches, 76 and 72 inches. The steam pressure to run this was 150 pounds psi in the high pressure cylinder and 60 pounds psi in the low pressure cylinder. As we have discussed, it has two cylinders. The steam consumption for these engines was 98,000 pounds per hour. This total shipping weight from from Ohio was 1,067,675,000 pounds. And in the 1916s, the engine cost around $1,100,000. But at present day situation, this would cost around $1 million. That is the 10 times compared to then. The basic design, which was used in construction of this 48-inch rolling, remains the standard by which all the flange ranging mills are designed. The This gives the old 48-inch the capability to use in conjunction with modern add-on equipment such as computers and electric mill drive, which increased its production rate at even great heights. When this 48-inch was added to computers and electric drive mills, this has higher, more capacity and more futuristic and more capabilities. This increases the production in greater heights. Bethlehem Steel Corporation was incorporated by on December 10, 1904, but the company's beginning date at 1857, when the Socorro Iron Company was established in South Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, to roll rails. By 1899, when it became Bethlehem Steel Company, the company had broadened its product line by developing armor plate for US Navy ships, heavy forging for electric generators, and tool steel for metal cutting.
Thank you. This is Uday Sharma signing off.